Hey everyone, and welcome to World Heritage Journey. Today we're at Hallstatt-Dachstein, Salzkammergut cultural landscape. So what is it? Well, aside from being a huge mouthful to say, Hallstatt, that you can see behind me, is considered to be one of the prettiest villages in the entire world. In fact, it's so pretty that a Chinese businessman came here and loved it so much that he had a replica built back home in China. But even though it is so pretty and so beautiful, that's actually not why it's on the World Heritage List. Why is it on the World Heritage List? Let's go and find out. Let's go. So why is Hallstatt on the World Heritage List? Well, it's actually a historic salt mining town. The mountains you can see in the background, they're absolutely packed full of salt, and mining has happened here for thousands and thousands of years. It made the town extremely rich because, of course, historically salt has been a very important trade good. It was once known as white gold. It was that precious. But living in such a small, compact area brought with it its own unique set of challenges, and they've solved those in very, very fascinating ways. So behind me is a building known as the Beienhaus, or the Burial House, and it's actually a fantastic example of how the residents here had to come up with creative solutions to difficult problems they faced living in an area with such restricted space. One of the problems they faced was what to do with the bodies of people that had passed away, because the Catholic doctrine of the time said that cremation was absolutely forbidden. Everybody had to be buried in order to reach heaven. But there's no space to keep endlessly burying bodies. So what they did was, when someone passed away, they would bury them and then exhume them a few years later. At that point, they would paint the skeletons and they would put the name of the person on them as well, so that they were identifiable and so that they could be put in the chapel here and save an awful lot of space. So we've just come out of the Bone Church, and it was really interesting because we actually went to a similar church a few days ago at Kutná Hora in Czech Republic, and I'll put a link to that video just up here. But this one is much more impactful, I think, because this has names of people on the skulls, and it really reminds you that they're not just decoration, they're people with hopes and dreams, feelings and life stories. I just love the architecture here in the town because it's just so classically Austrian, and you can see the way they've solved problems of having such limited land to build on. The houses are quite tall and they're very narrow as well. Now, they're built with stone at the bottom and then timber at the top, which allows you to expand or contract as you need to, adding on extra floors, stuff like that. Now, the lower floors often date from around the 13th century, Gothic style, and they're largely original. So we've gotten a boat and we've headed out onto the lake just next to Hallstatt, and looking at it from this perspective, you can just see how little space there is for the town, with the towering mountain pressed up against the lake. And apparently most of the town is actually built on reclaimed land, just using stuff that came out of the mine. But it's just so beautiful out here and really peaceful as well. It's a really lovely spot and we're having a lot of fun today. Well, I've really enjoyed seeing Hallstatt today. We haven't managed to get up to the salt mines themselves. It's very, very crowded here. It's a very touristy spot, but with good reason, I think. It's just so pretty, and it's really, really fun to wander around. But that's it from me. Thanks for watching. Give me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. Drop a subscribe if you want to follow us on the World Heritage Journey. We'll see you next time.